Hi, I'm Dave Baker. I want to talk with you about some stuff that happened in the comic book industry this week. 1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers gets a writer. 2, Dark Knight 3 gets some spin-off books, because that's what we need. 3, Marvel Solicitations, and I'm going to be talking to you about the comic book that I read this week, which was Godzilla In Hell number 3. Also, I'm going to be giving something away at some point in the video. First up this week, super cool news for Power Ranger fans out there. Kyle Higgins is going to be taking on the writing duties for Boom Studios' Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ongoing comic. I'm really excited about this. 1, because I like Kyle Higgins as a writer. I really dug his Nightwing and his Cowl creator-owned book. But also just because there's a Power Rangers book for the first time in however long since Marvel had it back in the 90s. I'm really, really excited about this book, and I'm even more excited about it now that Kyle Higgins is going to be writing it. Next up this week, we have some news coming from DC Comics. John Romita Jr. and Frank Miller are going to re-team for a Dark Knight 3: The Master Race tie-in spin-off comic about Bruce when he was younger, pre-Dark Knight Returns, but post-Year 1? I don't know. This just seems ill-conceived and completely unnecessary to me. I love Frank Miller. I love old Frank Miller before he got all weird and bigoted. And I love JR. Seeing them together again would be super rad. Seeing them together again on Dark Knight seems like a weird cash grab. I don't think this needs to happen at all, but I'm sure a lot of people will buy it, along with the 300 variant covers that DC is putting out for Dark Knight 3: The Master Race. Alright, let's talk about some Marvel solicitations. First up, I'm really excited about their new Moon Knight book, written by Jeff Lemire and drawn by Greg Smallwood. This looks like a direct continuation of the pre-Secret Wars stuff that Warren Ellis and Brian Wood were doing. I can't wait because the Cullen Bunn stuff, while I like Cullen Bunn as a writer, went off the rails for me and I didn't read anything past the first issue. But it's coming back! Yay, Greg Smallwood! It feels like Moon Knight again! Thank you, Marvel Editorial, for giving me my Moon Knight back. I'm really excited about this book. Some of the other books that Marvel's announced are Infinity Entity, written by Jim Starlin and drawn by Alan Davis. I'm pretty excited about this just because Alan Davis is a boss and I'll watch that guy draw anything. Silver Surfer by Dan Slott and Mike Allred is also going to be returning. This is the welcome return of 2 creators from the Marvel Now era of things. I loved this book when it was coming out, and I'm really excited to see them coming back to it. Next up is X-Men 92, the out-of-continuity comic about the X-Men from the cartoon. I love the X-Men from this era. It's one of my favorite eras. However, I think it's really lame that Marvel Editorial is just completely ignoring Chris Sims' history of cyberbullying. Finally, we have a Mockingbird ongoing by Kelsey Kane. This sounds like a great idea to me. Love Mockingbird, love Bobby Morse. Hopefully her popularity from the TV show translates into sales of comics. I'm all about it. Take me to there. Give me a Mockingbird ongoing. Let's talk about some comics. This week I read E for Extinction, Captain America White, Zodiac Star Force, bunch of rad books, but ultimately the book that I'm most excited about is Godzilla In Hell number 3 by Ulysses Frenas and Buster Moody. Buster Moody is one of my favorite illustrators working right now. Indie guy who's slowly worming his way into the mainstream. Well, I guarantee you in like 5 years everyone's going to be losing their mind over him. He's going to be an A-list dude. Right now he's still a little bit under the radar. I love his shit. His creator-owned book with Caleb Gullner, Task Force Rad Squad, is one of my favorite comics the last couple years. You should find it. It's on the internet. It's great. So let's talk about some Godzillas. I like Godzilla, you like Godzilla, we all like Godzilla. But you know what's cool? Is when Godzilla is in hell, fighting Space Godzilla, which is exactly what this issue is. This whole book has had this kind of weird, pseudo-spiritual, mystic overtone, because obviously Godzilla's dead in hell. But also just, there's weird allegorical stuff too, like there's these tiny little angels with moth wings and little devils that are like trying to convince the different kaiju to do different things, and they're like chanting. It's really strange. I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense on like a ones and zeros level. If you're into this for character arc of Godzilla learning a lesson, probably not gonna get that. But if you want to see Godzilla punch some stuff and have some weird existential crises, you will definitely see that. And I really dig it. I really dig this book. Also, Buster Moody's artwork is insane. He packs every panel with a ton of detail. I really can't recommend this book high enough. I'm Dave Baker. Those are the comic books that I read. That's the news that happened. If you'd like to read comics that I write, you can find them at theactionhospital.com. If you'd like to come meet me in person, I will be at the Alternative Press Expo October 2nd and 3rd in San Jose, California. I'll be there slinging comics with my friend Nicole Goo. You can buy our new book, Suicide Forest. If you'd like to win a book, namely this one, DC Super Heroes Origami, written by me, not John Montrol. This is a misprint. I actually wrote this book. You can do so by subscribing to our channel and liking below. I will talk to you next time.